Welcome, friends, to Monster Train. It's time for another Umbra playthrough, and I'm looking pretty forward to it, not gonna lie. Last time, we definitely had some problems, some stumbles, some roadblocks. It's almost like we'd never played with the Umbra before, but it was okay. You know, we learned some stuff, we gained some knowledge, that's always a good thing. As for an allied clan to go with the Umbra, I think we're just going to go with the good old random clan, and that'll hopefully serve us well. We're about halfway to unlocking the final clan that we can play as. And I mean, if they're anything near as interesting as the Umbra, I'm looking forward to it, that's for sure. We're at Covenant rank 4. Minor bosses have increased damage. I don't know if that was a problem last round. But hopefully it won't be a problem now. Let's get into it. Basically, we're going to keep playing as Umbra as our primary clan until we get a victory with it, and then we'll see how it goes. Alright, Hell will temper the strength of our units. That means that Hell's going to provide sap. I really do think that Seraph the Temperate has some bugs. Hopefully they get worked out, but that's okay. What do we have here? We have a deal 3 damage. Slay. Oh, wow, okay, Slay. Add 2 uncommon or morsel units to your hand. That's kind of nice. And this is Consume. Add 3 excavated ember cards to my discard pile. Right, so we use it. It doesn't give us benefit straight away, but does later on. And we're clearly playing with the... I'm really good at these clan names. The purple guys, because this is a purple spell. So that's pretty cool. Nothing too crazy. I'm going to have a look at our artifacts first. I think we're going to maybe jump with this, although we are playing with the purple guys. So a +3 magic power early could really do some damage. Yeah, it improves these to 9, improves these to 6. So yeah, I think we'll grab that and hopefully not regret it later on. Okay, we can give ourselves a gorge, and that'll allow us to get just as powerful as the other one did. This might be worth going for, but we don't have the really interesting morsel cards that we did previously. While we do have these, that's kind of the limit to them, so we have to be a little bit cautious. I don't know if we can do a gorge playthrough. However, a 2 capacity summon, well, that could be another story entirely. Unfortunately, being that we're playing as purple as our other thing, I don't think we really get a ton of amazingly interesting units. But I guess if we got the Architect and managed to get a whole bunch of Stygian Guard units within Cant, we could really do some damage over here. So I think we're going to go with the Architect. As much as I really liked the Glutton and the Glutton's the Gorge style, and like next time it'll be +6 damage and +2 max health. I think really what we need to do is see what we can do with that capacity upgrade. Alright, non-boss enemy units into a spike 3, but it's clergymen. Yeah, that's not really a problem. 75 coins. We've got a lot of spells that we're going to be using, so I'm more than happy to do that and see what we can get. Alright. Well, yeah, might as well do that. That seems like a good idea. And, ooh. Why don't we do that? I was hoping we would discard the train steward, but that's okay. Wow, we didn't even get... I was like, cool, as long as we get one of those two, we should be fine at dealing with that. But it seems it was not to be, so... Instead, we've got to have a look at these guys. Yeah, I guess because we put our train steward here, then that means that the train steward is the one that's going to eat it, is that right? Yeah. Well, that's okay. These things happen. You know, let's just keep doing damage here. I feel really bad that we're going to miss out on the collector, but, you know, we had a couple of chances, and it just didn't happen. That's alright, these things happen. We just have to learn to live with them, adjust, adapt, and overcome. So, that's what we're going to do. Nice. Trying to think what the best way to pursue this is. Alright. Might as well throw you on the bottom. Wait, does that always change the music like that? If it does, I've not noticed it before, but I am just pretty bad. I'm so bad that I didn't think of using this in the correct way, so good work, me. It's alright, we can do it that way. Alright. All of them are now. I can't wait to get some X spells to really, magma or whatever it is. Ember, that's right. Can't get some X spells to really take use of these upgrades that we seem to find ourselves in. Stick you up there. Might as well put you out here as well. Grab you. I don't think that actually will work, but... Oh! We could have slain our own unit. Well, you win some, you lose some. Looks like we're gonna win seriously. Alright, well, doesn't matter, because the game is over. So hopefully we won't have any more problems with the audio of my voice. Deal 3 times damage to an enemy unit. So I get to choose which unit. And if I slay, I get 2 additional ember. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, like that's pretty awesome. We can keep up with this Umbra assault. I mean, Morsel Miner is really nice. I don't know if he's really worth 2. I think you could maybe improve this with like holdover and a -1 cost. I think Making of a Morsel would be a really good card for that. You know, 1 mana, 1 ember every turn for a +5/+5 enchant is pretty sexy. Not gonna lie. Let's have a look at our map then, I guess. We have a Merchant of Magic and an Umbra Banner. I think that's probably going to be where we go. And we can go straight to a Hellvent and a Stygian Banner over here. Yeah, okay. Let's do it. We might regret not taking that X spell, but we'll see how it goes. We got Crypt Builder. Crypt Builder's pretty great, not going to lie. We have Titan's Gratitude, so we can discard Crypt Builders for fun and profit, but... it's a tough one, that's for sure. Let's grab it, we'll see how it goes. Alright, let's have a look at some Umbra units for a second. So I have the Crucible Collector, which is a Gorge, gain Lifesteal 1. That's pretty insane. It's not as insane as the damage shielding one, but it's pretty insane. And this summons an Anti-Umbra Morsel, +3 health and a +3 damage to this room every turn it's in play. So every turn that this Morsel Maker is in play, it's going to buff the front unit with a 3/3. And it'll do that even if it goes over the capacity of the room, or at least over its base capacity. So that's pretty cool. These two together, of course, create quite an interesting little tidbit. I think we're going to have to go with the morsel maker here, but I am interested by the Crucible Collector, not going to lie. Alright, we have holdover. That's a fantastic start. Okay, if we're going to hold over something, I think we're basically going to hold over this morsel miner for extreme damage. Just being able to constantly pump out +5/+5s is just going to be great. And we'll be able to have 2 of them. I'm just trying to think if there is a better choice here, so give me a second. We don't want to consume anything, necessarily, at this stage. Yeah. I mean, like, the other alternative is to just sort of make sure that we've got a free Antumbra Assault, which will deal 6 damage every turn. I don't really think that's a good usage of our time. I just really don't. So I think we're going to hold over this, which means every time we play it, we get it back. And we're going to make it cheaper. So we're going to have to rely on draws a little bit. Just trying to think if we want to reroll. I'm trying to think what benefit there would be to that. I don't think that there would be any at this stage. I don't think we really want to pump up the Titan's Gratitude necessarily, and or the Crypt Builders, or really the Antumbra Assaults. They're pretty cool, all of them, but about the only thing I'd like to do is maybe remove Consume from this, and I just don't see us having the income to be able to do that. So we're going to jump on out. Let's jump into our second battle. We should be able to smash this easily with the cards we have available. Mark of the Invasion is rough, especially with Clergymen. We don't really have the deck to deal with Clergyman invasions, and especially not for a measly 75 coin reward. So I think we're going to skip that trial and jump into it. Alright, Sinner's Burden is a terrible card, but that's okay. Alright. I do really like this Penitent Prayers song. It gets stuck in my head a little bit. Stuck in my head indeed. Okay, let's start pretty simply by doing that. That seems like a good idea. We even got a morsel miner out of that, which is pretty fantastic. I mean, we do get additional score for dealing with the boss on the lowest floor. So why don't we try that? Oh, not enough Ember. Well, that's a minor problem. We won't get the holdover capability of this, but that's okay. Probably gonna miss out on this guy. Oh, no, we're not. Awesome. Alright. Alright. Huh? Oh, after combat this happens. Interesting. Ah, cardless. Okay, cool. Let's put you up here. Alright, I like it. I like it a lot. Ooh, I love the noises. I just love them. I'm not gonna lie. It's possibly why I enjoy them. Alright, now that I recognize that this summons them like this, I thought that maybe because... See, this I don't like. I'll admit, I don't like this. Okay? If you read this, it says that after combat, this summons. And the morsels say that it's eaten after the next round of combat. So you would think that maybe these would kind of work in a slightly different way to the way that they are. I mean, not entirely. You know, I'm not so crazy to turn around and be like, you know, it's definitely my bad. Not really understanding the specifics of the situation. But that's okay. And because we, of course, didn't manage to pull off the really cool card capability, I wonder if it's also working out what's going to happen with Morsel Maker pumping out units as well. I can't imagine it is. Okay, what I really need to, of course, do is find a way to kill that, but there's no way I can do it, so... Alright. Look, it goes the way that it goes. Ah, okay, the resolve is at the end of the combat step, much like these two, otherwise we would have an insane number of these Sinner's Burdens cards, so, okay, that kind of makes sense. Alright, cool, we can pop you, and we can pop you. Might as well drop a couple of these down. They're not going to do a whole heck of a lot, but they are going to provide a little bit of damage. I don't really see the point in purging these cards. The boss will not last that long, hopefully. So we will instead do that and pray. Spikes. Spikes were the problem there. That's alright. Okay, we get a morsel. Is it enough? Who knows? I doubt it. But between that and that, we're good to go. Alright. I've got to say, now that I understand the unit that we grabbed, I'm feeling a little bit less confident about how this run will go. I feel like I may have made a mistake choosing that unit. We'll see. We'll see. I do always like a little bit of frostbite. And we do have, like, ways of discarding cards, so... we'll grab it. We'll see how it goes. Alright, we have our Hell Vent availability. I think Hell Venting is a good thing. We can also have a look at our Stygian and make a decision. I always like Cold Kalia. I think it's a great card. I think that this minimum incant is not a great card. So, I mean, I hope that maybe the final group will get something that triggers on, or maybe even, you know, later in the Umbra unlocks an ability that triggers when you play a minion on the floor. I know the Gorge kind of works like that, but yeah. I think if we had to choose something out of the two of them that I'd probably... I just love Sweep so much. We're having issues where we're sometimes not hitting the rear units, so I'm going to get Cold Kalia again. It's fine. Let's have a look at Concealed Caverns. Okay, I don't think I've seen this one before. Iceberg looms large of the Bone Shaker. That's the name of our train, by the way. Illuminated by the light, creeping into the cavern, you can see a figure inside. Trapped, runes etched into the ice read, witness the false prophet, forger of the rail and covenant, now damned and broken. Must have been a prisoner of the winged, poor soul. The remains of his tools are frozen nearby. Perhaps he can help you even in death. So we can add a capacity to each floor. That's pretty epic. Add 3 capacity on a random floor. We'll lose a capacity on each floor and get 15 magic power. That's a lot of magic power. if we start going down that route, then we're going to rely on getting... we're going to have to rely on getting something that gives spell weakness. And it also means that we're only really going to be playing with a single floor of units. But I kind of like it. 15 magic power, let's do it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We have an interesting deck that can be benefited a lot by that. So... 21 damage now. Okay. Actually makes Crypt Builder worse. Like we may actually end up deleting this later on. Alright, let's do it. Interesting, I just had a thought for the unit that I don't like now. I almost wish I had have duplicated it. Yeah. Yeah, I do have a thought about you, don't I? Alright, I fell out of love with this, and I think I'm falling back in love with it again. We have all of 4 capacity in rooms, but whichever room we play our Penumbra to, we'll get a little bit better. Being able to do a whopping 21 damage is pretty crazy. Damage shield is just problematic as a whole, but it always has been, so... Let's play that. Let's, feels a little wrong to just kill the 4-1 here, but that's what we'll do. So what I'm thinking is, in future, we actually put Morsel Maker on their own floor. If we had 2 of them, or even more of them, we could, every round, they would just pump out a ton of those units, and it would slam into whichever the unit is that we've put at the front. So it wouldn't be good on a floor with the Penumbra because we like to get our own cards to gorge onto the Penumbra. The Penumbra by itself isn't actually that powerful. So that's why we're not liking it so much at the moment. But, yeah. Alright, we got Cold Kalia. Cold Kalia I really like. But we don't seem to have a way of dealing with this constructed explosive in the same round. And I don't want to just lose Cold Kalia the turn that I bring her into play. We will of course play this and consume. Playing Cold Kalia up here is not terrible. It does damage Daedalus, but see how it goes. So of course we can't Morsel Miner these. Oh, Cold Kalia we don't even really need to buff now because we can do things like this. That's pretty great. Pretty great. Could get some more morsel units for Cold Kalia, but I think we're just going to try getting rid of that front unit, which just makes our life a heck of a lot easier. Alright, a little bit of Frostbite on Daedalus should be good. Alright. We don't kill the Forged Disciple currently, but we'll see how it goes. Titan's Toothing this would be pretty fantastic. It's not a lot of damage to our Pyre. I of course would prefer to have a damageless run if possible. No, I know what we're going to do. We're just going to keep making Cold Kalia stronger. I'm going to put a single damage shield on the Penumbra. Seems a bit of a waste to put the train steward down the bottom. So instead I'll do that. Ooh. Ooh. Sounds good to me. And that gives us a single damage shield to add to Penumbra. Look, it's 2 damage, it's not great. We could have avoided it if we wanted to, but we didn't, and that's the problem that we have. Alright, we now have both of our making of morsels. Unfortunately, we do have enough floor capacity for them. Okay. We have a very weird deck. It's okay. Alright, we can kill you. Yeah. Let's do it. If we can add a multi-strike to Cold Kalia, I definitely will be jumping on that bandwagon. Of course, 24 damage to the front enemy unit is frustrating and kind of pointless because it just means that he's still going to be alive and then this guy's going to do the same amount of damage. It's basically going to be a moot point. So we're not going to do that there. So, unsurprisingly, alright. I almost want to get rid of the train stewards just to stop getting them. No, you know what? Penumbra is going to be able to easily deal with the Forged Disciple next turn, so we will just play a Disciple at this point. I feel like we made a bit of a mistake with Morsel Maker. I feel like if we, with our Morsel Miners and the other unit that we could have had, which would have provided lifesteal, I think we would have had a massive boss destroyer very easily. We'd have also had a little bit more utility on Penumbra's floor, and I think that that would have been the correct play. I feel like mistakes have definitely been made, and of course we don't have a single damaging spell to deal the 1 extra point of damage we need here. But we might get lucky with a morsel that does damage, because these ones don't do damage. You know what, I'm just going to let them get through. That's fine, these things happen. Let's keep on making you really powerful, because we pretty much don't have a choice. Yeah, playing you there doesn't do anything, right? I think yeah. Alright, we have Titan's Gratitude and a Crypt Builder. Alright, so we play both of these, and we just hope that Titan's Gratitude procs the Crypt Builder and not the Antumbra Assault. We don't get lucky there. You win some, you lose some. And you can see why that was problematic. Penumbra just falters there with no real problem. I was really hoping we'd get another train guard to put in front there. Unfortunately, that's not the case. What we can do, though, is use these guys as a shield, and suddenly we win. Let's play it that way around. Let's be smart about this. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think that we're in a good place, deck-wise. While we are able to deal with that, I think we definitely need some changes in order to make things interesting. Alright, so this is a rare pack and it's all Umbra cards, so let's pay attention. We kill a morsel unit, we trigger eaten and gorged abilities as if it had been eaten 2 times. 2x times. Wow. I mean, if we did that on one of our 5/5s, wow, that's incredible. Return consumed morsel units to my hand. Like all of them? I mean, that's crazy too. It's not crazy now that we have this and things like that, but I mean, being able to pump out consistent 5/5s, both of these are pretty impressive. This especially if we get the artifact that gives +3 to all X spells. And then finally, Furnace Tap. Consume this. We apply Rage 4, apply Multistrike 1, apply Ember Drain 4. I don't really like this, but then at the very end of like a boss fight, like being able to play this is really good. Or even really early on, if you've got, like once you get into that point where all you're sort of doing is playing these, you can sort of make it work. I don't think it builds well in our deck. I don't think it synergizes with what we're trying to do. Then again, I think I don't think we know what we're trying to do. We're kind of synergized all over the place at the moment. Like what we've got here doesn't synergize with the making of our morsels that we have there. I think I like this. Part of the reason why I like this is that it allows me to utilize the limited space that we have for units. It allows me to use this on the Penumbra floor. There's a lot to like about this card, I think. I like them both. I really do. I'm assuming that Wretch won't return consumed cardless units to my hand because they're cardless. So it would basically be almost entirely morsel miners. So I think that they're both good. I just don't think we're going to have the capacity space to really utilize this. So Shroud Spike it is. When you summon a morsel unit on this floor, create a copy. Okay, we're definitely doing this. I got an idea. We'll see how it goes. I make no promises. Capacity. Capacity is really good. I do love me a good piece of capacity. It will counteract the frozen nostalgia we have. Alternatively, an additional draw will counteract the fact that when we're doing our making of morsels, we're basically limited. These become 2 draws and we stop going through our deck as fast. So I think both of these are the play. I think if I had to choose what's going to help us the most right now, I think the additional capacity is going to be the better choice. I think. Let's go with it, and we'll see how we go. This is a really interesting deck. I really like the Umbra. I think it's quite an interesting situation. We're definitely going to be taking this left path. I'm just going to have a quick look at the next floor that we've got going. Alright, we don't have another Hell Vent for quite a while. Just before Fell. That's not even a very cool one. Let's get a Hell Vent on this side with a Merchant of Steel, so that's cool. Looks like we get a lot of unstable vortexes, so we can make changes to our deck fairly easily, so we can kind of just ignore this. So then it boils down to, do we want another Umbra unit? I think the answer is yes. There's a couple that I can think of now that I'd really like. Merchant of Magic. So basically, am I getting... Yeah, look, we've got to do it. Let's go and have a look at the unit first. I mean, it's got to be the Warden, right? It's got to be the Warden, right? Let's upgrade our character. Adding additional capacity to the floor is fantastic, but so is Trample. I know that it basically... I know we can't... Oh, we can go higher than trample, than 4 right now. Here's my thinking. If this was summon plus 4, this would be a no-brainer, okay? But trample provides a massive boon. They're going to be both as strong as each other, but that additional piece of trample will provide everything we need. But I said I was going to go down that, so the old switcheroo happens, and we'll click something else. Alright, double stack. Double stack is pretty beautiful for both of these cards. Frostbite 20 is, of course, absolutely amazing. Additional magic power isn't a huge deal at this point in the venture. Making things cheaper, of course, is pretty useful as well. Probably going to be getting rid of our shade splitters, so there's no point in doing anything there. And do we want a double stack? And I think the answer is yes. Getting this to a Frostbite 20 is too good to pass up. So we're definitely going to do that. We could also make it cheaper. But I don't think we're going to. I think what we'll do instead is make these Titan's Gratitude cheaper. Because we want to use these to discard this when we get it. So it kind of works for me. I'm going to reroll. Okay, we can have another holdover spell. We've got to remember that if we get 5 holdover spells, those are just going to be the 5 cards we constantly draw. So we can, you can hold over this Titan's Tooth, and if we also hold over a Titan's Gratitude, like this one specifically, we then have basically 4 card turns already planned. We get 2 Making of Immortals, we get a Titan's Tooth, and a Titan's Gratitude. Actually, that might not work. Holdover may... I don't actually know how holdover functions with offering. I assume it would work, but yeah. I do like it. I like the idea of holdovering this, so that way we always have a 0 cost, 43 damage, discard a card at random. There's no point in Surge Stone, I don't think it's going to benefit us. I think we're definitely going to be doing this at a minimum. And at that point we don't have the money. So there we go. Mistakes might have been made there, but we'll see how it goes. Pretty comfortable with removing the shade splitters. They're just not going to be as useful with the Making of the Morsels. Alright, Spikes 4, random artifact. Artifacts are good. Getting past that 80 health and 10 armor on Encant is going to be problematic. Yeah, you're a big boy. I think we can pull it off. I think with what I have in mind, I really think we can do some crazy shenanigans. Crazy top floor shenanigans. It involves playing certain cards at specific times, though, so we'll see. I'm going to play Penumbra. I'm going to play Cold Kalia to the same floor as Penumbra. I'm going to do this. Ah, that was a problem. That was a mistake. Mistakes have been made. Cold Kalia now won't get bonuses from this, so... Whoops. Yep, damage shield 1. Mistakes have already been made, that's always a good sign. But it's okay, we're testing some changes and seeing how they go. Oh, that's nice to know, so Frost will still affect collectors, that's good. Alright, we actually have the perfect hand for this. So we want to put Morsel Master back there, we want to put Crucible Warden here, and then when we get the one that just generates morsels, we put it back there, and it should be pretty good. Obviously, if we could do a lot of damage here, that'd be good. I'd really like to kill everything on this floor. But I think we just do this. Make you bigger. We didn't make you trample, but that's okay. Alright, and we have Morsel Maker, so that basically combines that over there. It sucks that we got our second making of a morsel this round, but that's okay. Spikes is going to end Cold Kalia's thing here. I should have thought about that better when choosing what we were doing. Like, we don't have any healing functionality, so there's definitely some problems there. Alright, let's get a morsel. Alright, it's definitely not the best, but it will do. Alright, so this is working not the way I wanted. Hang on, what happened? He shouldn't have taken that much damage. Room has reached the 7-unit limit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it is working the way that I want it to. But of course, what I don't want is the Crucible Warden to die. I think we're pretty much going to be playing that on the one that gives the Crucible Warden health, and that should provide us everything we want. Trying to think of a way to also keep Penumbra alive. It's not going to help. I don't know why I did that. That would have helped. Yeah, okay. This could be interesting, guys. This could be a problem for sure. Alright, so we want the green one. Alright, you live. Fantastic. That's what we wanted. Morsel Master does damage, which is a bit of a problem, but that's okay. If we put Morsel Miner out the front... Alright. Don't play it on the floor with an incant. Trying to figure this out. I want you to have a turn. But you having a turn is going to do less damage than me simply playing this card. What if I play... No, because you're going to do 50 damage and then the spikes are going to kill you. So... yeah, so this is the best play. Alright, we just, as far as this goes, we just pray on the top floor. Now, unfortunately, our good friend here is not getting, like, too buff, because these are attacking, and then they're dying to the spikes, which is kind of a bit of a problem. Could slow down the boss further down, but I don't think we're going to. I think we're just going to play that and let everything else unfurl. Just one? Oh, is that a consume card? It is a consume card. Okay. I'm going to want to keep an eye out for removing consume from Shroud Spike. Either way, 4 damage shields. We did lose our master, unfortunately, but these things happen. Why I did it that way, I don't know. But here we go. Look, it's certainly messy, but it did do the job. It was a nice test of how it would work, and as long as the enemies don't have spikes, I think that that will overall work. Jack Strips is really nice, 2 damage to enemies as they move between floors. Damage shield 1 to friendly units, add 3 uncommon or rare morsels. Another one of the... oh, Feast again. So Feast is an odd one. Feast lets us, on that floor where... like we don't have enough room because the morsel units are out, it allows us to deal with them. This allows us to have crazy turns with the X spells, which we only have one of right now, but this is really useful, but we don't have 4 Ember. I'm going to go with the cache, see if we can't keep working with that. Oh, well, I was hoping we'd get one, and we managed. Ice Storm is phenomenally good. Alright, removing a couple of cards, like some Train Stewards, would be a great idea. Also, buffing more magic would also be fun. In terms of buffing units, the only unit that I would be comfortable buffing outside of Cold Kalia would be our Crucible Warden, to be honest. But then we lose that Unstable Vortex. We do get Unstable Vortexes further down. In fact, we get a nice one on the next floor. And we're not going to want a Merchant down there. If we were going to add magic, what would we add magic to? I think the answer is we would hope for a losing the ability for Consume for this one. And I think we would want maybe just further buffing to that. No, I like this. Let's go over here. We'll grab some health. We'll look at the pyre. First time each turn an enemy unit dies, add 2 morsel units to hand. Not great. I mean, it works so well on the bosses. I don't see why we would avoid it. Okay, an Endless unit. That's an interesting choice. I don't think an Endless unit is super useful. Normally, if we've got an Imp, Endless Imps are fantastic. But here, I just can't see it working for us. I just can't see it working for us. 25 additional health to our Crucible Warden might be useful. 10 damage to our Cold Kalia is definitely useful. I almost want to put that 25 health on Morsel Master just to make up for the whole 10 damage spike arrangement that might go on, but we'll do this for now and see how it goes. Okay, Large Stone. Large Stone in Cold Kalia is pretty epic. Like, it's seriously, we start using Cold Kalia as a frontline unit at that point. You can also Can also add 25 health to Morsel Master, so pretty happy with that. Do we make you a frontline unit? I think we do. I think we make you the mid-floor frontline unit with Penumbra behind it. And hope that we still have enough room to at least play a single Morsel Miner every turn to buff Cold Kalia further. I like it. I don't like the fact that it leaves us with no money again, but I'm glad it's not a boss. The train stewards are really going to be problematic with our deck. Ancient Hate is annoying. In fact, it's a little too annoying. So we're going to give it a miss. Alright, there's our... Oh, if we get summon abilities trigger an additional time, Penumbra's capacity ability triggers twice. That's pretty great. Cool, might as well consume you and apply Spell Shield. Oh, right, so because we got the large stone, it physically made the model larger. That's pretty cool. Alright, so the problem, this is one of the problems that I thought might happen. Oh no, it's not going to work because we don't have enough Ember to play all of them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, every round it's going to get 5. So we won't actually be able to squeeze in Morsel Master there. But the sooner we start pumping up Crucible Warden, the better. And if we have to wait until Morsel Maker makes its way around again, we might not buff it up enough. So I think we have to do this. And what we have to do is we have to pray that on the next turn that we get Morsel Master, we also have one of our Slay spells that will let us target one of our own monsters. Okay, we could easily let this pump up to the point where it overpowers. I don't really understand why this unit isn't taking 20 damage. I think it's because it gets 20 armor, because these die, I guess, when they're eaten. I mean, you would assume that something that eats dies, but just give me a moment. I'm trying to figure out. I think the problem is if we started doing this, eating would be counting as death, which would cause the armor to just skyrocket like crazy. How can we do this? Also, Miner goes there. We go up here, we do that. No point in playing a Train Stew. Yes, there is. Playing a Train Steward to the bottom floor removes it from our deck, which means we get less of them as the game continues. I feel like my holdover strategy is a nice one, I just think that it has its problems. God, that's nice. What I'd really like to see is getting the card that lets me drop an enemy unit, a friendly unit down a level, because I'd be able to drop Crucible Warden onto this middle level on the last turn. And I think that would really, really help it out. Did we fully power up Crucible Warden? We didn't. Excellent. If we can get a multi-strike on Crucible Warden, that would be useful as well. Yeah, it's really annoying the way this works. So these are the cards that I can use to slay my own enemy, my own monsters, but they're not super useful in this situation. But they work for that. Alright, we might not be able to get the other unit out here, but that's okay. We'll try our best. I think we're just going to play Titan's Tooth at this point. Even though it does mean removing you, I think that's going to be for the best. Gosh, I hate sweep. Oh, this is the Lifesteal 10 one too. Let's just do it. I like that the train steward says, like, Master question mark? Yeah, you're being sacrificed for the good of the cause, hey. Alright, 548 is pretty great. Look at all these, this Ember. I mean, I guess this would work really well with an Incant character as well. I just find Incant a little lacking. Well, I was hoping for a bunch of spells I didn't get. I was hoping for Shroud Spike or Morsel Master. We didn't get any of it. Alas. Might as well play... this actually... do that to add that. Yeah. Either way, I'm pretty confident we've got this. Frostbite doing what it does is just too good. And we can even do this, although it is too late to do so. But that would have also provided us with a lot of capacity. Not overly concerned. We definitely did a little bit better than we did on the last round, so we are slowly getting better. Apply damage shield 1 to a single unit. Add 2 uncommon or... yeah, okay. Feast, maybe. Furnace tap, I just... I don't see it. Like, I do understand what it does and where it would do it. Look, we're going to take it because I think it can also work pretty well on Cold Kalia. Mollusk Mage is amazing, but kind of useless with my current deck. Getting this for our middle floor could be useful. It means we won't be able to get both of the rare dudes over, but I think it'll work. It's the floor that we do the most spells on, and adding armor to all of the units there is effectively health, and we don't really have a way of healing. So I think that's going to work. It means we're not getting a lean deck, but that's okay. Alright, we're grabbing the Unstable Vortex, so let's do that first. Train stewards, goodbye. Let's see what event we get. Alright, Train Yard, okay, Trap Shoot and Steel Pulley Claw. Hilariously, I think I'm going to use this, if only to just get it in gold. Yeah. Dazing them for 3 turns means that they're going to take through 30, 60, 90 damage. At least now. That'll be more once we've finished with Fel. Duplicates Cold Kalia. So what I think I'm going to do here, as good as duplicating Ice Storm might seem, is actually duplicating Morsel Maker or Morsel Master. Doesn't probably Morsel Master, because Morsel Master provides is only a 1 cost pretty much. Just trying to think if there's another smart decision. Not that we've made significant smart decisions this time around, but I mean, if we duplicate Furnace Tap, we can get some crazy multi-strike happening, but no, I do think that it's either Ice Storm for pure damage, or a Morsel Master or a Morsel Maker. The reason why we're not going to copy the Morsel Maker is we're gonna run into a problem, and the problem is that we'd basically need both in our hand, and we need to play them both at the same time. We don't have the Ember to do that, so it's gonna have to be Morsel Master. Alright, Fel's gonna add Scourge, not a problem. Well, actually, yeah, kind of a problem. We do run pretty low on Ember. See how it goes. Alright, we've got Morsel Master and Morsel Maker. So here's the problem, right? We can't just play both of these. If we play both of these, we run into a problem. They take up 2 capacity, and then they produce 4 capacity worth of units. We'd never be able to get capacity low enough to get the next doodad in. Put you on the middle floor. We could put a Morsel Master on this middle floor, and then the Morsel Maker on this top one. Because if we get a Morsel Master on this floor, it sort of will duplicate the miner that we play, and it'll go over our capacity when we do, but that's okay. And then this won't be a problem, because it will just fill up to there, which is not a problem. And then when we play Titan's Gratitude, it will get rid of this card for us. I'm going to play it here, so that way we can kill this and start damaging Fel on the first turn, which is not too shabby. Alright, cool. We've got our Crucible Warden, so we can play him for now. Once again, that does mean that when we get our next Crucible Master, we also need an Antumbra Assault or something similar, but getting him out early is super useful. Speaking of getting out early, it's too good not to. And we'll take that so that way we don't take the damage. A lot of purge cards, but we knew that that was a possibility. I didn't think of that. I was like, cool, when I get Shroud Spike, but of course Morsel Master costs 1 Ember, so we wouldn't actually be able to Shroud Spike and Morsel Master. It's definitely a bit of a pickle. So we're going to grab this, so that way we can start doing that. And then it's better to take the 2 singles. Now remember, we're only running into massive Ember issues this round because we're getting these Scourge things. We're probably going to get another capacity upgrade, because that will fix the issue that we keep having on this floor, and it'll also allow us to have this and the additional unit that we grabbed, the Incant Armor unit. So, sorry about that. It's not the best, but it will do. So we do this, so that way we double that. You're going to die this round. We could start working on you. We'll do that to you, so that way we don't run into a problem there. I just want to get these out. I don't want them clogging up my deck. There's not going to be a place where I can play them, so... And... yeah, making it so you don't reach the top floor sounds like a good plan too, so... we'll do that. Alright, we're starting to get the hang of Purge. It's not really damaging us too much. We have Titan's Tooth this round, unfortunately, but without anything to do with it. I think we have to play it just to get some more stacks on Fel. We're good, but I don't know that we're good enough to deal with that. It means we'll take 5 Pyre damage, but that is what it is. Okay. Alright, we might play Ice Storm in this bottom floor in a second. I'm just sort of having a quick look. Damage shield is great. Yeah, let's Ice Storm on this bottom floor. Really? All you needed to do was hit that. Okay, I guess we're not spell shielding then. I just didn't want to end up with... yeah. Do that. Buff Coccalia. Do that. The lack of heals are a little difficult. I'm not. It's definitely not the thing that I'm the largest fan of. That's for sure. Trying to think if it's worth playing the Guardian Stone at this point. No, because Armor 1 isn't as good as... silly me. This is significantly better than Armor 1. I need to just keep reminding myself of that, and we'll be fine. Alright, 746. In other words, we've got this. $766. Morsel Master is not useful, and we'll just have it work. Wonder who Herzl is. And she's dead. Pop you. Do you. Play you for funsies. And an additional spell. Damage shield, because why not? And good game. We took 10 damage because of the 2 spells that we kind of ignored. Forever Consume. Deal 30 times damage to the front enemy unit. Plus 18 damage? Oh, right. So magic power provides a flat plus. Okay. It's a bit boring, honestly. Another Shroud Spike. I mean, in a way, this is useful. Our Pyre is about to start doing 50 damage. So this will sort of free up a round of removing the damage from the top floor. Because we want to keep those damage shields applied. Remember the last Umbra run, we had a problem with our top floor. I grab some more of that. I feel like our Ember is lacking, but I don't think we have another choice. Merchant of Trinkets. I think we still want an Unstable Vortex just to get rid of the other Train Stewards. I mean, we would like multi-strike on our Crucible Warden, but I think this is the smarter play. Goodbye, Train Steward. Goodbye, Train Steward. Let's upgrade our champion. Oh, we can't back out of this. I should have checked the Merchant of Trinkets first. We might have had something that synergized well with Trample. Interestingly, when we had this two choices last turn, the Trample was the same damage capacity as the Architect. Heal that Pyre. Let's have a look at Trinkets. I feel like sometimes we just get really rotten luck with Trinkets. Like, these Trinkets aren't particularly fantastic. Let me have a look. We're going to end up with the Trinkets on the next level as well. We're also getting a Merchant of Steel. So I think we just don't touch this. We just go, that's nice. You've been building this collection for centuries. Well, if you could actually get good stuff, that would be nice. Make them stronger, get 400 coins. You only have 5 health. That's not really a problem. Making you 16 damage is not particularly crazy either. Or is it? I mean, 160 health is a lot. 16 damage is going to outstrip our miners. What's it? So maybe? You have sweep, do you? No. 140 Pyre health. I'm still not feeling particularly strong about the final boss. What's good is his revenge ability will be useless on the top floor. I'm going to regret this. They weren't that strong, right? I swear it said 2, not 12. I'm going to have a look. But I don't want to pause the recording to have a look, but I swear that did not say 12 multi-strike 2. I would not have taken it if it was 12 multi-strike. No way. Maybe it was because I was just looking at the slay ability and I wasn't actually paying attention to the base. Or maybe I didn't care because they only had 5 health. Well, we're going to be in a pickle. This is going to be a fun match. Right. Okay. While we do that, I think we morsel us to the top floor. So the sooner we get that going, the better. We Ice Storm you. Alright. And we Morsel Miner. I'm not going to put the Morsel Miner on this floor. Maybe I should. 1632. No. Even though it'll just improve him, it's better than nothing. Alright, still no Cold Keelia, which is mildly problematic, but we run into this problem again, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, okay, we've also got you, so we can just fill you. It's a problem here, we miss out on 100 coins. I feel like whenever we take this this 400 coin challenge, we miss out on 100 coins, so it really should be like 300. But... Alright, Crucible Warden up front. Morsel Maker behind. It means we don't get that third one in, but that's okay. We'll get him on the middle area, assuming everything works out. Alright, here's where the real problem is. How are we going to deal with these enemies? With difficulty. Okay, they're doing a ton of damage. They'll be doing significantly less damage with Colcalia up the front, so we can definitely play that first. We can no longer play this, but that's okay. It's just the way that things happen. We slay you. Okay, and that provides us with some stuff we can put at the front if we want to. Let's play you. Two of them go up. And then two of them go up. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, we've started getting our damage shields, so everything should be happy on the top floor from now on. This is definitely a tough battle, but I think we're making it sort of work, question mark. I'm not going to turn around and say I'm massively happy with what I'm doing, but I think it's working, so... Oh, nice. Alright. So it's going to heal and give damage shield, but we could also just put it up front, and it will effectively be a damage shield. Although, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay, it'll be fine. Cool. Alright, 43, 24, 24. Killing you now would be ideal, so let's make it so that way you don't make it all the way up. Alright, it looks like we finally have a turn where we're not going to be able to massively impact Colcalia's level, which is problematic, but we knew that this might happen. Oh, I don't want Colcalia to die. I don't know if we can... Okay, it looks like we're only just killing Colcalia, right? 1836, so 36 is 72. Okay, no, we're truly... Ah, but damage shields. We only have one damage shield. We're killing you just fine, right? Yep, okay. Feels a little wasteful to do this, but Colcalia survives. We won't be able to do anything about this next round, though. I'm contemplating using Furnace Tap, but I think it might be a mistake. Yeah, I think it might be a mistake. Killing you kills one of these, but it would have just taken 13 damage anyway. Just trying to think if this saves us. Yeah, I think Colcalia takes less damage if we kill this. Slightly, marginally. I mean, we might as well play this. It stops us from losing a... Oh, it's also kind of cool. Gosh, that was painful. Alright, this is the last round before the boss, so that makes me feel a little more comfortable. Trying to figure out if we can pull off some funky shenanigans to leave Cold Kalia alive. That would be my ideal situation. Armor is just not going to cut it here. We can put 2 enemies in the front and that'll soften these blows, but then Shade Wings will be problematic. But we can then pulley Shade Wings, and that should be fine. Look, it's not the neatest, but in theory, that works. Okay. All that to get our pyre to do a single damage. Oh wow, we don't even kill this. I think we Ice Storm down here, that's kind of a given. And then we can Titan's Gratitude you. Does of course make you more powerful. I think we play you strictly to... it doesn't matter where we put you. Strictly to help with Cold Kalia a little bit. And then... excellent. I should have done this the other way around, but that's okay. Nice. You're going to take 271 damage. It's not a hell of a lot. But I can't foresee us doing much else. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I think this works. To slay one of these. Okay, we have to put you back there. Alright, look at that bonus. 950, because Lifesteal will make Cold Kalia fully heal. Which is just, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm happy with it. I wasn't expecting that to go as well as it did, but it did manage. I think the biggest problem that I'm going to have is that I'm just not sure how powerful this top floor is at all. I mean, it's 23 rounds of 59 damage, I guess. The problem is that Seraph, I think, does multi-strike 2 or multi-strike 4. So that's going to eat massive amounts of damage shields every round. Alright. It doesn't matter. I damage shield the wrong enemy, the wrong unit. Also doesn't matter. That worked. Okay. I was expecting to take some pyre damage and we didn't, so I'm feeling a little bit more comfortable. I don't know if I would say incredibly comfortable, but a little bit more comfortable. Gem Trove would be nice, but we just don't have a way of dealing with it. Once again, Void Binding, nice, but the Ember Drain is just going to kill us. Grovel. And applying a single damage shield is just not good enough. Not for that price. If you get Gem Trove nice and early, then being able to like lower its cost and stuff is really useful. Just not that great right now. Applying Sap 3 is pretty nice. Another Ice Storm, however, is fantastic. Ice Storm saved our bacon there at least twice, so... Alright, if we're going to remove cards, Okay, let's think. If we're going to Hellvent, what would we Hellvent? Truthfully, I don't think we would Hellvent anything. I'm just trying to think of a single card we would massively Hellvent. Maybe Embercache, because it does tie in usefully at the end. Or maybe even just another Titan's Gratitude, to be completely honest. 43 damage is nothing to sneeze at. Merchant of Steel is pretty good. It would allow us to improve our Crucible Warden if we wanted to. And we do want to. Also potentially make these cheaper, which could be good too. If we were Merchant of Magicking, which is what's over there, we could maybe make Titan's Tooth cheaper. There's been a couple of times where we've wanted to play it and haven't. It's sort of difficult at the moment to get Titan's Gratitude on the same round. Maybe what I would delete is I would delete Crypt Builder, which we almost never pull off, and it's just sitting in our deck doing very little. Maybe Furnace Tap, annoyingly. There's a situation where Furnace Tap saves us, though. That situation is we draw it on the round where the end boss hits the middle level or the top level, basically. So let's look at trinkets. Start of battle, summon a morsel miner on each floor. Start of battle. Okay, not super crazy. It's just going to give a 5/5 to whatever I play first. A card with the Consumer's Blade, restore 5 health. Completely useless here. Your Pyre gets 40 additional health. We're definitely grabbing that. I'm going to reroll. Have a look. Oh, yes. Definitely this. In fact, so definitely that I'm not even going to bother having a look at the other area yet. Oh, are there even cards that lower the Ember cost of your friendlies like that? I don't think that there are. Just for frickin' large stone one of these things. It would be stupid. I'm obviously not going to do that. Just contemplating. Alright, let's think. We can get improved Firebox if we really want to. Like if our first hand is really good, being able to improve Firebox would be useful. The one that I haven't seen is the one that keeps the Ember over rounds. That's really useful, but I just haven't pulled it off yet. Your Pyre gets 15 damage. You know, it could be what saves us in the end, but I just don't think so. I mean, it does kind of synergize with Steel Pulleyclaw and Siren Song. It synergizes with both of these amazingly. 55 Pyre. What do we see what we get next? No, you know what? I think we just see what we get next. I think we improve the damage of our Morsel Masters at this point. Not improving this is kind of pointless. Want to see if we get a multi-strike. Yeah, let's improve the damage of our Morsel Masters. Seems like a good idea. As far as health goes, we might as well improve the health of our Morsel Maker. It might be useless. Ooh, upgrade a unit with Incant Armor 1. Now that's cool. Endless is pretty much useless in our deck. I can't imagine being in a place where we would need that. I think we would do it on you, right? And then when we would incamp, we'd also get armor on you, which seems useless, actually. And the armor is just going to be gained on the unit that I put it on. It's not like Guardian Stone. So we would have to put it on you, which is fine. I just don't think we'd get a lot out of it. I can't foresee it being the thing that makes or breaks us here. That said, I don't think an extra 10 damage to it is going to be particularly useful either. So I'm going to do this, and we might as well. We might as well. Okay, we have 50 coins, so we can delete a third card if we want to. We're definitely getting rid of you. You're basically useless now. Do we also want to delete one more? The only thing we'd also delete is an Umbra Assault. And while Umbra Assaults have helped us, it's very possible that in the rounds that it's helped us, it hasn't helped us as much as we'd like. Actually, I'd get rid of a Frozen Lance, I think. 50 to get rid of a Frozen Lance? Sure, let's do it. They do cost 1, so that's where the problem lies there. And I think we're going to Hellvent and Ice Storm. Because Ice Storm is always useful when we draw it. Unlike some other cards, which haven't been super useful when we've drawn them. We have X plus 3. That's another thing to consider. Because these are both consume, so we could actually get another Shroud Spike, and even when we're on 0, we'd be able to trigger its ability 3 times. Which could really save us. Actually, we'd probably do it with this one, because it'll help us in the middle area where we don't get any damage shield. Yeah, I think we've got plenty of offensive capability right now. I think an additional defensive will be good. It'll also mean that I won't feel bad about using that. Alright, here we go. Seraph the Temperate. Okay, time to enjoy your buggy mess. Multi-strike 2, 10 damage. Okay. Just gonna have a sip of a drink. Forgot that I had this, so... Alright, Seraph the Temperate is out on the middle floor. We have our Cold Kalia Penumbra combination. It's none too shabby. We have Shade Wings and Dark Wings. So we can pull you out. Get Cold Kalia down, which is good. It starts piling damage on Seraph straight away. What I'm thinking of is I'm thinking of making a decision. It would be a terrible decision to use this now, but multi-striking Cold Kalia would be amazing. But then we would be useless for multiple turns. So we would do this, and we would do this, and we would pray that it all sort of worked out in the end. Knowing my luck, it wouldn't work out in the end, and it's an awful gamble. I think 3 lots... Yeah, 3 lots of that will protect against whatever happens here. So we would be... Yeah, no, it would be really bad. Really bad. Just... terribly bad. Alright, Morsel Master. I'm thinking we put Morsel Master on the top floor. The middle floor Morsel Masters are nice too. Okay, let's just kind of keep our middle floor going strong. Alright, so we have Crucible Warden and a Morsel Master, which we're going to have to play, so we'll get those out of the way. Pop you. Protecting Cold Kalia at this early point is stronger than other things, so... Could also use Shroud Spike here to buff Cold Kalia really nice and quickly. No, I think we do the same thing, but for Crucible Warden. We only have one of these. Yeah, but getting you a spell shield now is... getting your damage shield up is really good. The faster we get it up, the better. This floor is going to be problematic anyway. We possibly should have played that. See how it goes. Alright. If we could have gotten Cold Kalia quick, my gosh, would that just be insanity. We just don't have it as an option. Oh, this is problematic on so many levels. If we had one more Ember, I would be so happy. Look, we can't not play you. That's your entire point and purpose, is to be up there. We play this on this floor, so that way the armor 1 pops. If we had one more Ember, we'd play this down here. I don't even know why I still have this, to be honest. Actually, I stupidly thought that this was the card that discards. So 24 damage to the front unit actually doesn't really help us anywhere. Let's just do it. I don't like it, but maybe we'll have a better round next time. See what I mean? Saps and moves, it's really problematic. Okay, 2 Ice Storms is generally pretty good. Yeah, generally pretty darn good. Okay. Ice Storm 1 goes here. Cool. We got what we wanted there. I'm pretty happy with this. I know it's going to reach the next floor, but for me that's fine. Getting rid of the Shade Wings down here is ideal. There's a chance it won't, but let's just hope that doesn't happen. Okay. Why do I verbalize these things? Put you in the middle. Damage shield you. And Titan's Gratitude. I'm feeling moderately confident. This could still backfire. This could still backfire, but... Okay. Can pluck you out. Should be good. Let's go up to the top floor and consume you. I do kind of want to know what happens, but I also... Like, what if that actually just puts the boss in the top floor and they attack it to death? It feels like such a waste to do this for, like, these pathetic creatures, but it's kind of needed to be done. Alright, we do it this way because it's really interesting. While putting them in front would protect them, she would lose a single spell shield and not benefit in any way. Whereas this way, she doesn't lose any health and gets 10 more damage points, so... Yeah, do that. Alright, we really need something to deal with these back units if we are going to survive this one. Oh, we got another ice storm. So we're kind of saved right now. I'm going to lose some pie health, but we knew that coming in, so... We have 2 ways. Oh, we have 3 ways. Okay, we are smoking. Alright, I'm going to play Ice Storm in this and pray that we get rid of the back unit. Which we do. Okay. We have 2 left. I can get rid of you now, which seems like a really good plan. I can also make it so my pyre doesn't take damage, but I don't mind my pyre. Like, if I think of my pyre as a resource, then that's fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to slay you. Ooh, that maybe changes things, because I was going to use this so that way I still got morsel miners. But we're getting morsel miners. I'm going to put you out the front, so that way you absorb these points of damage. So I don't think we need a morsel miner now, so I guess we can do that. Just trying to think if 24 damage to an enemy unit is more beneficial. Definitely don't like what's going to happen to this back unit in that it's just going to be really strong, but... Let's just... Okay, look. Here's the thing. It doesn't have the up arrows on Seraph. So if this does break its bug, should be fine. Cool, can't move. Nice, 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 nice. I reckon we've got about 2 more rounds until the final phase. So, it's working, it's just slow. Alright, let's keep incanting. I hope we get an X spell. We do not, but we do get to pull off a Titan's Tooth, so probably on this floor. It's a little rough. Part of the reason why I want a Titan's Tooth on this floor is because it applies some additional frostbite to Seraph. But I think that that amount of frostbite is just going to be negligible. I think it's going to be better to do it on this bottom floor. Just to ensure that Shade Wings disappears. Alright. Morsel Miner to the front or back? I think front at this point. Yep, Shade Wings is a little too problematic to be left alive. Seems like a waste, but then we still don't kill the Gilded Wing, I don't think, even if we pull all of that off. So let's do that. And let's do that. Alright, I was right. I was about 2 away from the final wave. Nice work. Okay, we need to... Oh, Ice Storm. Fantastic. Nope. Just in case, we just gotta make sure that we do that on the top. Okay. Alright. Nice. That is glorious. Alright. Seraph does 30 damage, which is a heck of a lot of damage. So 40 damage total. So we need to get you to 40 or endure 4 attacks. I don't think armor is really going to matter here. Is my math bad? Yeah, my math is bad. You would work for that. We'd need both of these to get rid of that. Which is just pointless. It's not going to impact anything. Alright, this. Once again negligible, but increases his damage. So we do it in the back for now. I think we play him up the front. Yeah, that works. We do this so that way you don't have to take twice. Yeah, I think that's the idea. Yeah, I'm happy with everything else there. Oh, I should have played the other spell as well. Or just on Gilded Wing or something. Actually, it really wouldn't have mattered where I played it, so it's fine. That actually was a net 0, even though it was tactically not very brilliant. Alright, here we go. Well, I did say if we got this in one of the final rounds, it could make or break us. Seraph takes a measly 102 damage. Adding an additional 2 units here makes Cold Kalia survive to actually pull off an attack. This feels all sorts of wrong. I'm feeling a little ill to my stomach just thinking about it, but I think look, the only things we're going to care about in the next few hands is Titan's Tooth, really. So the fact that we won't be able to play a Titan's Tooth is not the end of the world. Giving you multi-strike, however, doubles your output. Here we go. Is it enough? I certainly hope it will be. But the only way to find out is to wait and see. Either way, thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been fun. Yes. I mean, we are doing 150 each time, but we're also losing 3 stacks of damage shield each time. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's hit that end turn, watch our victory roll, and yeah. This has been another round of Monster Train. I'm not even going to speed this up. I'm going to watch it in all of its close run glory. Okay, I'm totally going to speed it up. This has been Monster Train. We didn't even lose a damage shields, so we took 44 damage, but you know what? I don't care. We won and got our first victory with the Umbra. That means we'll be getting full randomizers from here on out until we hit the unlocking the 5th race, or the 5th clan. Alright. Covenant rank 5, minor battles now have additional enemies. So I take this to mean an additional wave, rather than individual enemies on the floors. Okay, Umbra level 3. Oh. Okay, that changes things. That changes a lot of things. Yeah, it's It is what it is. Alrighty. So we only need another 449 enemies to get Melting Remnant. So far, things are working really well. I am fairly happy with what we've been able to deal with so far. You can see each of our victories at the moment, although eventually that will get overridden as we start getting higher Covenant rank victories with these, but I kind of like that we can see the route that we've taken. Covenant rank 5, pretty happy with that. Pretty much at that first barrier. We're going to get Inferno Cups, Inferno Cup win streaks soon, and that'll be pretty cool. Thank you very much for watching. This has been a great run. I appreciate you all, friends, and I'll see you next time.